Hi there, I'm Cindy Glovinsky, and I'm here to introduce you to my new memoir, Music, Lakes, and Blue Corduroy. This book is to be released by Thunder Bay Press on March 31st, and it's probably best described as a love story. It's the story of the love of a person for a magical place that is now known as the Interlochen Center for the Arts. Interlochen is a camp and school in northern Michigan where young people, and sometimes older folks too, go to sing and play instruments and dance and act and sculpt and paint and make films and do all sorts of other artistic things, which for those of us who love the arts makes it heaven. I was there 3 summers and 2 winters between 1964 and 1966. Those years were, of course, very much the Cold War years. They were also years when the founder and president of Interlochen, Dr. Joseph E. Maddie, who founded Interlochen in 1928, was still alive. And this tells the story of those years for me and for many others as well. Anyway, to give you a taste of this book, I thought I would read you just one chapter, just to give you a sense of how the voice works. It's from the first section of the book, which is about, it's called The Road to Interlochen, and it's about what it took to get me there, starting with when I started taking violin lessons. And this chapter is called My Swollen Head, and it's about an issue that many young people in the arts, as they begin to perform, have to deal with. It's not my fault if my head is swollen. I didn't start the violin because I wanted lots of compliments, but that seems to be what it gets you sooner or later, and although the compliments can be fun to get, they can also puff your head up like a hot air balloon. I can just see the cartoon of my head getting bigger and bigger until it goes BAM! And shrivels down to nothing as I fly crazily all over the room on a Bronx cheer noise. The whole thing makes me a little nervous. The compliments come in different flavors depending on who the complimenter is. Gushy compliments come mostly from girls. I got lots of gushy girl compliments after I played on the talent show at the Clearwater Camp for Girls. "Oh, Cindy, that was so beautiful. You're so talented. You must be a genius." Boys, on the other hand, when they bother to compliment you at all, seem to know only 2 words to use: good and nice. I got a few of these plain boy compliments after I played my Sights Concerto on the talent show at Callanan Junior High last year, from boys coming towards me in the hall, who mostly spoke in this dumb monotone and called me by my last name, just so I'd know they didn't mean anything by the compliment. "Hey, Hausch, you play pretty good on that violin," or "Nice job on the fiddle, Hausch." Then there are the compliments the grown-ups dish out, which range from being even more gushy than girls' compliments to very obviously just being polite. Grown-ups' compliments are often a little snootier than kids' compliments, like they're trying to sound really smart, especially if the grown-up happens to be a musician. Like after our quartet played in the Friends of Music concert at Salisbury House, which is a spooky old manor house that some rich family brought over from England to Des Moines brick by brick, complete with suits of armor and creepy portraits. And this man, who was about 100 years old, came up to the settee where Shirley and I were sitting and asked which of us had played the first violin part on Haydn's Sunrise Quartet. When I told him it was me, he said, "Bravo! I especially admired your interpretation of the first theme." No kid would ever have said something like that, except maybe David Mannheimer, who really is a genius and took algebra in the 7th grade. Grown-ups also like to combine compliments with advice about my future, like my Aunt Maureen, who said I should go to Juilliard, which Mom says is some special college in New York where concert artists go. Aunt Maureen is a singer and an actress and my favorite aunt. Whatever the compliment is, I always react exactly the same, which I hate. Of course, I say thank you, but meanwhile this stupid, silly smile starts spreading across my face while I try like mad to stop it so the complimenter won't think I'm a conceited idiot. It's embarrassing, but I must still like being praised, because every time I see a friend coming towards me after a performance, my heart starts beating like crazy, and I feel like Pavlov's dog just drooling for another compliment. A while back there was an article in the paper with the headline, "Your child needs praise." The author said kids need to be praised to keep them from getting an inferiority complex, but if the kid gets too much praise, the boy or girl may turn into a praise addict. Can you be both a praise addict and a person with an inferiority complex at the same time? If so, I think that's me. Because even though the violin gets me praised a lot, the everyday me doesn't get much praise at all and sometimes even gets teased. Sure, the everyday me gets good grades, but she's also too tall and wears glasses and has braces on her teeth and a figure like a pear instead of an hourglass. The everyday me has to wear clothes her mom made or hand-me-downs from Judy and Mary instead of buying new ones at Yonkers like Betsy and Barbie, whose father is a rich lawyer and lets them have their own charger plate. The everyday me doesn't belong to the Des Moines Golf and Country Club like they do, and has to go as their guest wearing an awful pink and white bathing suit with a skirt, which only old ladies wear anymore, while the twins wear brand new two-piece Hawaiian prints. So even though I get lots of praise about the violin, I still have an inferiority complex. Maybe that's good, though, because it'll make me practice harder. Mom showed me an article about a woman who became a great opera singer who said she got to be such a great musician because she was taller than the other girls and had to do something to make up for it. The funny part is I know no matter how good I get on the violin and how many people tell me I'm good, it's never going to give me an hourglass figure or a decent bathing suit or any of the other things that make you popular. But I keep practicing anyhow. It's like I'm trying to get rid of a headache by hitting myself on the head with a hammer, and I can't seem to do anything else. I don't know why. Maybe I just like hitting myself on the head, my swollen head. So stay safe, stay healthy, and get yourself to the bookstore and buy a copy of Music Lakes and Blue Corduroy. Hope to see you there. Thank you.